Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Dog Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Eegah. This one is about a woman named Roxy who, one night after going home from doing some shopping and meeting up with her boyfriend Tom, she kinda sort of runs into a caveman on the highway. So after that, she tries to go and tell her dad Robert about it, and he's kind of skeptical, but he wants to go check it out. So the next day, she and Robert and Tom go to the desert to investigate. When they discover there's a big, huge footprint, and they want to do some more investigating. So Robert tries to go to see more about the caveman, but then he winds up getting kidnapped, so Roxy and Tom are having themselves one heck of a good time, but then they realize Robert hasn't been back in a while, so they go try to look for him in Tom's dune buggy, which he pretty much brags about in this movie. So Eegah gets Roxy, takes him back to his cave where Roxy and Robert are reunited. And for a little while there, it seems like Roxy's kind of, sort of liking Eegah, and so Tom comes to the rescue and winds up getting Robert and Roxy out of there. And Eegah, despite trying to throw rocks and stop them at every opportunity with Tom's dune buggy, they wind up getting out of there, and so he somehow, someway winds up going into town to try to find Roxy, who's at a party, with Tom and his little band being the musical act. Well, Eegah runs into many people but doesn't hurt anybody. And while at the party, Tom and some band member get into a little fight over Roxy. Eegah shows up and winds up trying to kidnap Roxy again, but the police show up, and after he holds up one of those swimming pool railings, the cops finally take him down, and he winds up in the pool. And we hear, I'm guessing, Robert quoting a quote out of the Bible. The movie stars Richard Kiel, Arch Hall Sr., and Arch Hall Jr. So, why did this movie suck? This is considered one of the worst movies ever made, and with good reason. There's a lot of really bad editing. There's dialogue in the movie coming from who knows where. The arrival of Eegah is just like, here he is, no explanation. Apparently, from what we're to assume, he's been living in a cave for the past 500,000 years or some nonsense like that. The one band member and Tom getting into a fight made no sense. There was no. I mean, yeah, he was dancing with Roxy, but it's like, okay, now they're fighting. Why are they fighting? It doesn't make any sense. The opening credits are painted on rocks, which really showed, okay, this movie must have been a low budget movie because they couldn't afford to put those little. They apparently, I guess, couldn't afford putting it on the screen there, so they wrote, who's in the movie and what they did and all this. There's a lot of extreme close-ups of Eegah and Tom, which were pretty bad. Tom tells one too many lame jokes in the movie. In fact, at one point, he actually tells Roxy that she looks swell. I am so glad that we don't do that anymore. We don't. For crying out loud. So, yeah, bad editing, bad acting, bad everything about this movie. And you know what? Richard Kiel, God rest his soul, he deserved better than this movie. And actually, he had much better roles in other movies. He, of course, a lot of people know him better as Jaws from a couple of James Bond movies. And I think one of the last movies he did was, I want to say Happy Gilmore, I think. But, yeah. Oh, wow. But there you guys have it, a review of Eegah. Yikes. If you've seen it, please leave me a comment down below about what you think about it, whether you agree, disagree, that this could be one of the worst movies of all time. And of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you've got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that made you say, yeah, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.